Hey, what's going on, everyone? This is Zach. Welcome to another live stream. This is just going to be a solo stream, and I'm probably not going to stream for very long, but there's some things that we need to talk about today. Now, the first one I want to get into here is Mnet. Now, some of you might be wondering, what is Mnet? What is that exactly? Well, it's a new music podcast that is being started by me and Ty, aka Junebug Films, and we'll be starting that up very soon. And the first episode of Mnet, will be our favorite Black Sabbath songs. Now, originally, we were going to do a Led Zeppelin album ranking, but due to recent events, due to Ozzy's passing, we decided that we are going to do a countdown list for Black Sabbath songs, and particularly um, the songs that are from the Ozzy era of Black Sabbath. So let's see who's in the chat here. Hey, what's going on? Dragon Shadow Skywalker Pictures. What's going on? Mr. D Man, yep. R.I.P. Ozzy. Yeah, it's hard to believe that he's gone, but we'll get into that. But yeah, Mnet, a new music podcast that we think could be cool, you know, and I think we'll try to get like guests on. We have some ideas of some people that we would like to have on, maybe do some interviews and stuff like that. So it's definitely cool to be a part of something like that, because I think that this could be huge, because you know when it comes to the metal scene on YouTube, here on YouTube, it seems to be, I don't want to say dying out, but becoming less relevant, I guess you could say. So I think that this could be something fresh for YouTube, and just, I just feel like this platform needs something like this. So I think it's something that could be fun and it could be cool. So we will see how it goes. Hey, Will Ferrell, number one, rest in peace to Hulk Hogan. Yes. I will be getting into the celebrity passings here in a bit, but I just wanted to talk about Mnet for a bit, because that will be our new music podcast. And that will be on its own channel, by the way. So if you're interested, when the first episode is launched, I will go ahead and leave a link to the channel once the first episode of that comes out. The first video on that channel, pretty much. Hey, what's up, Andrew Bebe? I like the original era of Black Sabbath with Ozzy. I definitely love his solo work and solo albums. Do you have all of them as well? I have all of the Ozzy Black Sabbath albums, but not any of the solo stuff. Now, Ozzy solo stuff I do want to look at more into, though. But I definitely like what I've heard. Hey, there's Ty right now. Yes, RIP to Ozzy. So yeah, be on the lookout for Mnet. Now, the other thing I wanted to get into here is, since, we were kind of already on the topic of celebrities passing. So not only did we lose Ozzy Osbourne, but I did recently hear that Hulk Hogan passed away. Now, for the record, I was never the biggest Hulk Hogan fan or the biggest wrestling fan. I was never into that. I like martial arts, but like the martial arts that I like, it's like kung fu, like Asian martial arts, not like WWE and that kind of stuff. I've never been crazy about that stuff. But regardless, even though I was never a fan, rest in peace to Hulk Hogan. And these people like that say, "Oh, good riddance," because I've seen some people online say, "Oh, good riddance," because you know, God forbid Hulk Hogan, leaned a little more right politically. You know, these people saying, "Oh, well, good riddance. I'm glad he's gone." Oh, this, oh that, just being completely disrespectful. And you know, all because of where he leans politically and some stuff that he said in the past. It's like you haven't said stupid stuff before. Everybody's said stupid stuff before. So, these stupid left wingers running around with their cancel culture BS. I mean, come on. Can we let that go already? Can we stop trying to cancel people and, you know, just shun people because of stupid things that they say? And you're just perfect, right? You're just perfect. Totally. 76 years. He lived long. I look at Ozzy's life and I wish I was a rock star minus all the bad stuff. Yeah, I hear you on that, Mr. D man. Hey, what's up, Anthony? Yeah, I think I did hear he had health problems. That's really unfortunate. But yeah, it seems to be a lot of big celebrities passing away recently. I mean, Ozzy is definitely the biggest one for me because, I'm a big Black Sabbath fan, and I mean, come on, Ozzy, you could argue was I mean, he's known as the godfather of heavy metal. Like he was in the first ever heavy metal band. That's crazy. It's crazy to think that, you know, the one who started heavy metal is now gone. Like that itself is it's pretty hard to comprehend to some extent. And I think it really does go to show like how long metal has been around, like metal has been around for a long time, and you know it's just crazy. Oh my gosh. Yeah, exactly. The left is always like that, and they're supposed to have empathy and compassion, but they don't, because my experiences with them have shown the complete opposite. It's like we could be cool, we could be friends for like a couple days, but then when you find out where I lean, which isn't even right, by the way, like I just happen to lean more middle ground, but I just, God forbid, have sane thoughts. And God forbid I say normal things like there's only two genders. That makes me a bigot. That makes me a terrible person. Actually, no, retard. It makes you the terrible person for having these delusional thoughts, for thinking that there's more, and you need to seek professional help for that. Just thought I'd throw that out there. Anybody that's going to be a jackwagon to those who pass away, I hope someone say that to you when you die. Yeah, exactly. Because you're being disrespectful, so they should be disrespectful to you, Larry. Right. Nah, I hear you on that. Yeah, some of these celebrities had heart problems, cancer, and Malcolm and Jamal Warner, and his death could have been prevented. Don't swim in the ocean. Yeah. See, I knew nothing about that one. No, Shadow Gamer, I'm not making you a mod. Sorry. Um, but yeah, yeah, just the amount of disrespect though, like that some people have for and I think it goes to show, like, when it comes to a lot of people on the left in particular, like I think this just it goes to show how they truly value those who lean differently than them and who believe differently than them. Why do you want to be a mod, Shadow Gamer? Ozzy Osbourne died on the 14-year anniversary of Amy Winehouse passing. Ozzy and Amy met. Oh yeah. Just because it's cool. I understand that, but I'm not going to do that right now. Shadow Gamer, sorry. But I do agree. This decade has been the worst. Oh my gosh. This has by far been the worst decade of my life. Like it's unreal. It's unreal. Trace, my opinion on last year, 2014, or not 2014. Gosh, I keep getting it screwed up. Sorry, 2024 is what I meant to say. Last year sucked for me. I'm just gonna say it. It was terrible. I lost my mom that year, and then things with my dad. That was the worst year of my life. I still think it's the worst year of my life, honestly. So yeah, you don't even need to know my opinion on 2024. Horrible, horrible year. So far this year kind of sucks too. I haven't seen that one, Dragon Shadow Skywalker. I haven't really seen any of Hulk Hogan's films. But I heard he was I heard he was in Rocky 3. For whatever reason I don't remember him in that movie. Hmm. Thoughts on The Day After Tomorrow? I think I might have seen that movie once. I thought it was all right. But yeah, it's just sad to see these celebrities go. And like I said, even though I'm not a fan of Hulk Hogan and I never was a fan of wrestling and that kind of stuff, rest in peace to him for sure. Um, it's and again, these people that show all this disrespect, shame on them. Shame on them. Trace, opinion on the movie Twister. Twister's a classic. Can't go wrong. Junebug Films. But yes, Mnet, aka Music Network, will be a podcast of all things music. Our goal, MTV from YouTube, our goal is to create all things music. Me, Zach, and Minotaur, and a special guest will be host. Yep, that's right. Yeah, I heard that Ozzy passed away on Monday, but it wasn't announced till Tuesday that he passed away. I think. I could be wrong on that, but you can let me know if I am. But yeah, rest in peace to Ozzy. And this is kind of inspiring me to listen to Ozzy solo work because as I said earlier, I'm not that familiar with Ozzy solo material, so yeah. Um but yeah, it's sad. But let's go ahead and move on to the next topic, which is my next film, my new film. Now, I know a couple months ago I stated that, or almost a couple of months ago at this point, that I stated that my new film will star a new lead. Currently, that film is being put on hold. That film is not in the works right now. And because of this, I wish I wouldn't have said anything about it, but it is what it is. Things happen, and um, it just is what it is. So I have to put that new film on hold. But there is another new film that I have talked with Ty about and a certain someone else about as well, which I'll get more into the details about that maybe in a YouTube short or something. But pretty much, I I do have ideas for another new film, just a another regular YouTube movie, basically. So I didn't want to go too much into the details on my next film and one of my new projects, but yeah, I just wanted to talk a little bit about that because I know that when it comes to my audience, those who actually watch my films, watch my projects, maybe some of you are wondering where's the announcement for this new film? But that film in particular is being put on hold. But like I said, there's another film that I plan on announcing in the near future. So that's all I wanted to say with that. It's just there's personal things in my life that I need to get dealt with. Like, I still need to get a vehicle and everything because I still don't have a car now or anything. So, but it's been a struggle. It's really been a struggle. This last year and a half has just been just absolute chaos for me. It's been the worst for me. You actually like Bark at the Moon, that great song by Ozzy Osbourne? That's your favorite song of his? That's cool. Wait, Fabio got banned for a week? Why? I didn't know about this. Oh, is it because he said the word that begins with F and ends in T? Is it because he said that word? Because I know he said that a lot in his crackhead comment of the day video. Is it because he said that? Yeah, that's crazy, man. That's crazy. Oh, well, he deserved to get banned over that. Yeah, if you're a sensitive wuss, you would have that opinion, huh? Hey, what's up, Olivia? R.I.P. Hulk Hogan. Yeah, hey, what's up, Sonya, the scene girl? Prank calling, it depends on the situation. It depends on what it is. Yeah, sure, Ty. You can go ahead and leave the link for Mnet in the chat. They're already doing a Five Nights at Freddy's 2 already. Didn't the first one just come out like last year or the year before? I don't know who's asking for these sequels. Just don't prank call 911. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's a stupid idea. Yeah, for sure. What's your thoughts on game streamers swatting people? I think it's horrible. I think it's terrible that people do that. Even though I'm not a fan of this guy, Review Tech USA, this is one of the things that I absolutely do agree with him on. I think the punishments for swatting people need to be way more severe. At least face double digit numbers behind bars. That's what I believe personally. Gerard Ramirez, what's going on? Um, but the other thing I wanted to, well, actually, no, I'm not going to get into that because I told this guy I wouldn't bring him up. So, but I just, you know what? I'll just say this. There's someone that I used to be friends with who we had some problems. Let's just say that, and especially recently. And recently, he announced that he was taking a break from YouTube until November. And I thought to myself, November, that's quite a ways away. Like, you're really going to wait that long to not upload anything? Or, like, what? I mean, I wish him nothing but the best, I guess, even though I'm not happy with, some of the things that he's done recently, and which I'm still mad about that. But I'm not going to bother with him. I'm just going to let him be. And Ty probably knows who I'm talking about. How am I doing? I'm all right. I mean, I could be better, but I'm all right. Can you rate Rambo 1? Rambo 1's probably like an 8.5 out of 10 for me. I think it's a great movie. I think the sequel's better, but the first Rambo's good. Yes. Subscribe to Mnet. Smurfs was a pretty good show. The 2025 movie doesn't match the same vibes. Yeah, I hear you on that. Oh, you're going to see the new Fantastic Four movie? Honestly, I think I'm going to pass on it. I don't think I'm going to see it. Um, but yeah, that individual that I was referring to, I'm just going to let him do his own thing. So I'm not even going to bother with him too much. The Peanuts and Charlie and Brown and the Smurfs are examples of one of my favorite pieces of animation of all time from the 80s and classic in general. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I've heard the 2015 Fantastic Four movie was not good. Oh, Charlie Brown and Snoopy. I mean, yeah, I hear you. But yeah. Um, yeah, and I know Bush's newest album came out recently. I Beat Loneliness, which that title still gets me. It's like I'm still not a fan of that album title, but um I've seen some people say that the album is okay, like it's all right, but it's, it's not great or anything. I mean, I think it's a good album, but I'm kind of with people like it's not the greatest thing in the world, but I thought it was a good album. I thought it was good for what it was. Um, I did like how the album felt more, I guess, diverse than the last album. And that celebration of all things music, television, aka MTV, will always focus on music. Posted a comic strip about Fantastic Four on my channel. Oh, cool. Very cool, Mr. D, man. The Peanuts movie from 2015 is a very great movie, and it's definitely worth a rewatch for me. Cool stuff. You watched it from January 1st, 2016. Oh, okay, nice. Um, but yeah. Trying to think if there was anything else I wanted to bring up here. So I went over the celebrities passing, my new film, Mnet, that guy that said he was taking a break from YouTube, which, like I said, he's going to do his own thing. And, you know, I'm not going to associate with him. I'm not going to try to, I'm not going to make any more videos on him or anything. I'm just going to let him do his own thing. And, hopefully he gets the help that he needs. And I know he's said himself that he's dealing with a lot mentally, which, again, I wish him nothing but the best, but he does have a lot of issues he needs to work on. Again, I'm not saying who it is, but I'm sure you could put the pieces together here. Because I told him I wouldn't mention his name. Kind of miss Party City and Red Lobster, Charlie restaurant, they were closed down because of problems economics. Oh yeah, I believe that. But oh, and the other thing too, for those that haven't heard, I did see the new Superman movie recently. Um, I hope to do a review for it soon. I will give you my review for it soon. So stay tuned for that. Probably going to be the only comic book movie that I see this year, at least as far as new comic book movies, because I know that the Spider-Man trilogy is being re-released to theaters this year, this September, I think. I like to maybe catch those in theaters because I actually haven't seen the I haven't seen the Sam Raimi Spider-Man trilogy in theaters. Even when I was a kid, I didn't get a chance to see them. So, now could be a good time. Yes, you're right, Ty. Thumbnail Cash App jobs. Yes. I do have a little part-time job right now doing thumbnails for someone. So if anybody else would like to, send in any requests for videos, if you need thumbnails done, feel free to send me a message on Instagram or Messenger, or if you have me on Discord, you can message me there, and we can work something out. Superman 2025 is actually my favorite new film of 2025 so far this year because James Gunn, he did a really great job. Um, Way better than Superman 4. Yeah. You know, it's funny. I haven't seen Superman 4, but I've heard that that movie was trash, and I believe it. Um, I'm just going to go ahead and say my thoughts on Superman, the new one. I think it's a good movie. I did like it, but, you know, I don't think it's perfect or anything. Definitely got to watch Superman 2025. Yeah, it's a good one. Superman 4 is a drinking movie. Superman 4, it is still unfinished movie, never finished virtual. I guess you mean visual effects, and Canon Films made this like really cheap. Wow. Snow White 2025 is the worst movie of this year, on the other hand. Yeah, either that one or the Minecraft movie. That's another thing, too. I did see some of the Minecraft movie. I've only seen some of it. I couldn't even finish it. It's a terrible movie. It's awful. Like, I've mentioned this to people before, but it might actually be one of the worst movies ever made. I think it's awful. You know what, Go? Let's not do that. Oh, you like the Minecraft movie? To each his own. To each their own. It's fine that you liked it. But here's my thing, though. These companies, it's like the movies that they should be making, they're not making. But they'll make movies out of just about anything anymore. Like the Emoji Movie. Who was asking for an Emoji Movie? Who? All right, cool stuff. Wish we had original Minecraft movie starring Steve Carell playing as Steve. Wait, there was an original Minecraft movie? How did I not know that? Deal says imagining imaging another Emoji Movie. How about no? Um. Oh, speaking of movies, so there's like, I don't know if you guys heard, if you're Godzilla fans, but there's like 4 new Godzilla movies in the works right now. That's crazy to me. I know we got Godzilla Supernova, or my bad, Godzilla and Kong Supernova, which I will say, out of the 4 movies, this one's probably the one that I'm looking forward to the least. Simply because when it comes to Godzilla, for me, I'm more of a Toho guy than a Legendary guy. I think Toho does the best job with Godzilla. Um, Legendary, I mean, the MonsterVerse movies, they're good, but I mean, they're not amazing or anything. Like, they can never be top shelf Godzilla films. Hey, Zach D, you garbage. Well, goodbye. Hey, what's up, Angel? What bands have you been listening to? Um, I have been listening to some Black Sabbath, obviously, because of Ozzy's passing. Um, Demon Hunter, because of the new songs that they've been releasing, and I'm sure we'll get a new album from them soon. Um, Deftones, since they also released a new song and they have a new album coming out. Trying to think who else. Breaking Benjamin. Yeah, mostly them. Yes, R.I.P. Ozzy Osbourne. And going back to what I said about Godzilla, so we have Supernova, which is from Legendary, the monster verse. And then we have a sequel to Minus One coming out. And they say it like the Minus One sequel could be released next year, which I'm like, I'm all for it. Let's go, you know? And then there's rumors of there being a Shin Godzilla sequel. Um, which I know for some that's one of the weaker Godzilla movies. I will say that the film has grown on me some, but it's still not one of my favorites. So, believe it or not, I'm actually looking more forward to the sequel to Shin Godzilla than Supernova. I'm just going to say it. Why? Because of Toho. And then there's a Southeast Asia Godzilla project, which really intrigues me. Really intrigues me. So I'm looking forward to seeing what that's all about. But I did want to mention that about the new Godzilla films. Black Sabbath and Metallica are one of the examples of goats in metal. Yeah, yeah, I totally agree. Yeah, well, he was the one who created metal, basically. You could argue it was him and Tony Iommi, just the entirety of Black Sabbath. They were the group that started metal. Yeah, exactly. The Japanese know how to make a movie. They don't care to politics and modern audience. Exactly. Exactly. You hit the nail on the head there, Angel. Like, why do you think Godzilla Minus One did so well? Because it didn't have any of that nonsense. And I know all these weirdos on the internet, well, movies have always been political. Well, even if that's true, it's like even if that's true, it wasn't a right versus left thing like it is today. This is what people seem to forget. It's like oh well, movies have always been political. Movies have always, you know, been this way and that way. Yeah, maybe since like 2017, but what about before? What about before that time? You know, when people were still somewhat normal? Really, Daniel G. Hey, what's up? Jose, Dark Sky. Godzilla Minus One is one of my favorite movies of all time. Yeah, understandably so. Um, it's definitely one of my favorite Godzilla films. You're at the Empire State Building looking for Spider-Man. It's weird because I have another friend who's in New York right now who was just there. That's so weird. Like, are you really there, Punk? But yeah, and then people, all this talk about the new Superman movie. Oh well, it's it's political because it's supposed to be political, and uh, comic book movies were always political, really. So the Tim Burton Batman fan, Batman. Wow, I'm thinking of Larry. The Tim Burton Batman films is what I meant to say. Those were political. The Sam Raimi Spider-Man films, those were political. I don't think so. Okay, I will. I will in a bit here, Punk Agent. Wow, what's with everyone going to New York? Hmm, it's crazy. But yeah, I don't know. These people, they never cease to amaze me. Oh, you live in New York City, Angel. Okay, I got you. Here we go. Metal Gear Solid Phantom Pain is still peak. Never played it. I think I have heard good things about it though. But yeah, I think I'll keep this going for maybe until the hour mark, and then I'll cut it there. Yeah, Punk Agent. Here's the thing with him. We agree that we're not going to mention each other's names, so I'm not going to bother with him if he doesn't bother with me. Even though he did kind of cross the line with me the other day, but it's he. I know he's taking a break, which I think he needs, honestly. So I'm just gonna let him do his own thing. It's from 2015 and still a timeless masterpiece. Oh, cool. Yeah, 2015. That was an interesting year for gaming. Kind of was a kind of was crappy too because you had Halo 5 that year, which wasn't good. Um, and I know you had Black Ops 3 that year as well, which the campaign wasn't good, but I did enjoy the multiplayer to that. Hmm, cool. Are you serious right now? We are not doing that. Hey, what's up, Kyle Keith Productions? What's going on? Who else died? Well, today I found out Hulk Hogan died. Even though I'm not a wrestling fan or a Hulk Hogan fan, still RIP. I'm still cool with Brian, but that's just me. What's new with you? Yeah, no worries, Jose. That's fine. What's new with me? Nothing really is new with me currently. Yeah, I mean, you could be cool with whoever you want. Yeah, I can't even tell you when I last played any video game. it's so funny to me because gaming used to be my life at one point. It's so crazy how fast a life can turn around. And I mean, there's nothing wrong with playing video games. And quite frankly, I wish a part of me wishes I still did, but I don't have the time or money for that. With everything else. Oh my gosh, really? FIFA is one of the best football soccer game franchises. Along with what now? Oh, Pro Evolution Soccer. Okay, I just missed the comment. That's cool. I know, Mr. D man. It's getting tiresome. What do you like to do to pass the time? Well, I like listening to music, watching movies, um, going on walks, and usually just browse YouTube and social media and stuff. But yeah, that's basically my life currently. I don't know much about that, Kyle Keith. Oh my gosh. I think I know who that is, but whatever. Trolls will troll. Yeah, I'll try to go for the hour mark for this live stream. So, yeah, I hear you, Mr. D man. But yeah, like I said earlier, be sure to subscribe to Mnet. That is a new music podcast that me and Ty are starting. So, yeah, if you're interested in music, that's definitely something that I encourage you guys to follow because I know that a lot of you who follow my content, you follow me for the music content most of the time. So, definitely subscribe to Mnet. Been thinking about death lately. Being diagnosed with stage 4 cancer. It's really been hard. I'm only 37. Angel, I'm so sorry to hear that. I really am. I mean, I definitely hear you on that. That's what my late mother passed away from last year, and it's not easy. But for you, Angel, I hope things turn around for you for the better. I hope you're healed from that, and you find some peace throughout whatever you're going through and just all that, because that's at that age, it's just not right. Yeah, I know. uh Mega Gamer, I'm aware. Yeah, we're seriously, we're not doing this. Well, there you go. There you go. Yeah, so I don't know why I starred Mega Gamer's comment there. Hey, I gotta head out. Peace, everyone. All right. See ya, Mr. D Man. Thanks for stopping in. I have been personally afraid to talk about this on my personal channel, but what is your opinion on the Michael Tate situation? I haven't been following that, to be honest. I know nothing about that, Kyle Keith. I don't know why when you said what the no goodbye. Um, I don't know why, Kyle. When you when you said Michael Tate, though, I thought of Andrew Tate. I'm like, oh gosh, that guy came to my mind. I'm like, I need to cleanse my mind now after having that vision of Andrew Tate. Oh, I know. Yeah, I'm aware. Oh my gosh. But yeah, I might record my review for Superman 2025 later on. I plan to do it like the day after I saw it in theaters, but I just I guess I was just too tired, just didn't get around to it. Yeah, I'm aware, Livy. I know. I know it's not you. Um no no. Any upcoming action movies of mine or just in general, like as far as in general, I think Nobody 2 looks pretty good. And I did like the first film, so I'm expecting good things from the sequel. And it looks like a solid sequel, so we'll see what happens. Oh yeah, in general, yeah. No, I got you. Yeah, probably Nobody 2. Oh, okay. I think, yeah, I did hear about that, Kyle. Honestly, it's like, see, this is the thing about the Christian community. They expect perfection from these artists, like they expect them to never fail or make mistakes, but you have to remember that they're people too. And it's what gets me about these people, like a lot of people in the Christian community. Oh, how could they do this? They said that they were a Christian. And in the household that I grew up in, which was a conservative household and a Christian household, after seeing the result of, needless to say, how some people are after my late mother passed away, like nothing surprises me anymore. Like you could tell me that you're a Christian, it wouldn't matter to me. I'm not going to sit here and say, oh, well, he must be a good person or he or she must be a good person because they said that they were a Christian. It's not the case. It's not the case. But yet there's still people out there that believe that, all you have to do is say that, and you you get all this respect. But if I say it, it's like, oh, well, you know, I heard Karate Kid Legends was pretty bad. Yeah, I've heard it was pretty bad too. But then again, that's what people have said about Jurassic World Rebirth, but I like that movie. Like, I actually did like that one. Could it have been better? Yes, but I didn't think it was bad. But yeah, it's a shame to see all these franchises fall like this, go downhill. I was thinking about seeing the new Karate Kid film in theaters, but I just didn't get a chance to. Yeah, exactly. We're sinners saved by grace. We are not perfect people. Yeah, exactly, Angel. Exactly. Oh, Rebirth is your second least favorite. Okay. Yeah, I know it's the underwhelming complaint I can definitely understand, but I thought it had a lot to offer. Like I said in my review, I really liked a lot of the stuff on the water, like how a lot of the film took place on the water. I thought that was really cool. And that reminded me of Godzilla minus one. Hey, what's up, Leon? Just saw you were live. Thought I'd drop by for a bit. Okay, cool. Welcome. And no, you cannot. Oh my gosh. Didn't think it was terrible. Just nothing I cared for. Nah, I understand that. Like I said, I understand people's complaints with the film, but I had a good time with it. Now, one of the most disappointing things for me about that movie is, now, spoiler alert for those who haven't seen Jurassic World Rebirth, the D Rex at the end, like, they didn't even kill off the D Rex. Like, there wasn't a showdown with, like, the T Rex and the D Rex. Like, that would have been cool. Or even a Spinosaurus and a D Rex battle at the end. Like they didn't do anything like that. Yeah, you know who would die. Yeah, I will say it is pretty predictable. Like, again, spoiler alert for those who haven't seen the movie. The guy that let the girl fall in the water, I knew something was going to happen to him. You just knew. It was highly predictable because you knew how these movies worked. You knew that, he was going to die in the film. He was going to get eaten by a dinosaur or something. You just knew. But there were definitely cool scenes. But the fact they almost show that he's not actually dead. Yeah, I hear you on that. Hey, what's up, Lester Bronson? I watched Italian Sniper a couple nights ago. It was awesome. I wish I made short films back in the day. Thank you for watching it. I appreciate it. Thanks for the word. Thanks for the kind words, Bronson. Thanks for watching it. I didn't need a dino fight, but I don't know. I felt like something else was missing. Yeah, I think another thing is too. Dominion came out only 3 years ago. I think it's one of those cases where it's maybe some people just feel a bit fatigued with these movies. Like, I mean, maybe it's because I don't, because I didn't really get into these movies till like a few years ago, maybe. I know it was around. It wasn't when Dominion came out, but it was around that time. Yeah, I did hear about the new Liam Neeson film. Um, what's it called? Oh, it's the Naked Gun remake, isn't it? I'll be honest, I don't really have any interest in that movie. Oh yeah, the double-headed raptor. Yeah, yeah, and I don't have a problem with Rebirth doing this whole thing where like they experiment like with mutated dinosaurs and stuff. That actually doesn't bother me, you know, because I know some people might say, "Well, it's not realistic." Well, neither are you know dinosaurs living in today's day and age, but here we are. You know, hello, Jacob. Yeah, it does look pretty meh, doesn't it? Are you serious, right, Jacob? I'm about ready to block you because you come on here and you say all this crap. I did say hi to you, but dude, you come on. Uh, have plans to see The Working Man? Yeah, I'd like to check that out at some point. I know it recently had a DVD release, and I just haven't gotten around to it for some reason. I need to though. Just haven't been having the time or money or just. I got a lot going on. All right, Jacob, you're done. You are done. But yeah, I know I said I would surpass or at least go to the hour mark and cut it, but nah, I'll go for a little bit longer. I'll go for a little bit longer if that's all right. But yeah, the new Superman movie and the new Jurassic World movie, those were the only movies that I've seen so far that came out this year. Like those are the only 2025 releases that I've seen so far. This year for movies has just been crap. Like there's just been nothing coming out. Not a whole lot of good films. But I think now we're getting into the better territory because we got Nobody 2 coming out next month. Um so that should be good. Oh, that's cool. Fifth Harmony? No. Wose, can you stop? What does he need to stop? What is he doing? I mean, I'm looking. He's not doing anything wrong. Oh my gosh. Okay, that's fine. That has nothing to do with me though. Oh my gosh, yeah. I don't know. He's some guy that comes on here and just says a bunch of random nonsense and the Hollywood writers are bad and yet they want more money. Doesn't make sense. Yeah, exactly. Do you still there's do you feel like there's still a masculinity in movies? It's definitely been there's definitely been a decrease in that Angel for sure. And I won't say that that's particularly a good or a bad thing. It's just times have changed. That's all there is to it, you know. Now, I do think that we are we are in a state where we do need more of those action stars though. But they don't necessarily have to be like muscular like Arnold or Stallone back in the day you know, or even Dolph from back in the day as well. Like I mean, those films were really big in the 80s and no, Jacob, you cannot join. Sorry. But, you know, like like I said, it's not something that I feel is particularly a good or a bad thing. It's just, you know, again, it's something that times have just changed and, like I don't mind having action stars that are like you could say more like not as muscular, like I don't mind that. It's just about how you do it. But then again, is you could argue there's a difference between masculine and uh, muscular. I mean, I kind of get what you're saying. Tom McDonald, is that is it isn't that conservative rapper? Don't listen to rap, so yeah, don't really have much to say about him. Hey, what's up, Blood Knight? You're watching Alien Romulus on Hulu. Okay, cool. Yeah, I've heard good things about the Alien films. Um, especially the first two. Yeah, I've heard the first two are really good. Jacob, he doesn't have to get out. Come on, dude. Oh my gosh. You're right. Exactly. Jacob, if you don't like what that people have an issue with others, it's like just let it be. Like, come on. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. Indeed. But yeah, I'm trying to think what else came out this year. Oh yeah, and then that John Wick spinoff, Valerie. I've thought about maybe checking that one out at some point. I did hear it was good, but I did hear it was the worst in the franchise, which not surprising in the slightest. But um, I'd be interested in checking it out at least. Do you like original movies from streaming services like Amazon or Netflix? Don't really use any of those to watch movies. I used Netflix for a time, but I just couldn't keep up with the subscription and stuff. I actually prefer to use Tubi. Really, Jacob? Oh yeah, no worries, Blood Knight. I understand. No, I totally get you. No, he's not getting banned. I don't get you. But anyways, yeah. What would you guys say was like the last really good year for movies? The last really good year for movies. I would say it's maybe somewhere in the late 2010s. Like maybe 2018 or 2019. Yeah, maybe 2018 or 2019 was like, but even then, I feel like even that's pushing it. Like really, really good year for movies. Probably somewhere in the early 2000s. Like maybe 2003 or something. Like I think that was like the last really good year. Like really, really good year for movies. I mean, like I said, 2018, 2019, they like I feel like if we're talking like in more recent years, yeah, probably 2018 or 2019. But even then that's still kind of pushing it a bit. Hey, what's up, Tyranno? But yeah, what do you guys think? What was the last really good year for movies for you? Yes, I did. I was talking about that for a little bit. Mid 2000s? Yeah. Yeah, that's fair. That is definitely fair. So like around the 2005, 2006 era, pretty much. You said movies what? I said what was the last good year for movies in your opinion? Yeah, I said the same thing, Tyranno, probably 2019. I'd probably agree. At least when we're talking like more recent years, yeah. But yeah, this decade for movies so far has been a joke. I mean, I would definitely say my favorite movie of this decade easily so far is Godzilla minus one. But yeah, I think I'll go ahead and wrap up this stream here shortly. So, all right. Well, I think that'll just about do it. Um, So yeah, I just wanted to come at you with this live stream, update you guys on some things, just chill and just talk about stuff. And yeah, but yeah, that'll be it. So thank you all for joining. So you all take care. See ya.